TSUTigers.com here with Cody Wellborn Jr. On the men's golf team. And Cody, what's your major?
Studying healthcare administration and planning.
Okay, and what do you want to do with that degree in the future?
After I graduate from here, I'm going to go to grad school, hopefully at University of North Carolina or somewhere down in Texas, and get my master's in hospital administration.
Okay, and what are kind of some of your goals after all the degrees that you gather in?
I'm going to go hopefully work at a hospital and kind of manage and run the hospital, or a nursing home has the same effect in that sense, and then eventually long term buy all the hospitals, renovate them, revamp them, get them up to standards, and sell them.
And what are kind of some of the things that got you into wanting to go that way for your life of what you want to do?
Freshman year, I actually started out coming in and decided on being an engineer major. And me and Matt didn't get along so well. So actually in high school, I went on a one-day visit, like career day kind of thing. And my neighbor was a hospital administrator, and I actually went and followed him because I kind of thought it sounded cool. And that was my backup, and TSU just happened to have that, so I just thought, follow that.
Oh, terrific. Now, where are you from, Cody?
Murfreesboro.
And tell us a little bit about Murfreesboro.
It's extremely boring if you live there all your life. There's nothing to do other than MTSU, but I was not going to go there.
Okay, now obviously being in Murfreesboro,
yeah.
And attending school here in Nashville and at Tennessee State, what are the benefits of being actually close to home?
Well, I mean, I live with my parents actually, so that's always beneficial. Free food is great. Free rent, it's awesome. But I still get to come up here and go to school and have friends here, and then still maintain my friends back home at the same time. It's a lot easier to do than going to say Knoxville or wherever and kind of losing contact with certain friends. So.
And now you didn't mention laundry in that, so does that mean you do your own laundry, or?
Sometimes. It just depends on if mom's home or not. Because if she's home and I do my own laundry, she gets mad. But if she's gone, I'll do it. No problem.
Now, what are some of the things that you feel you miss out on not being far away from home for your collegiate experience?
Well, I mean, you kind of miss the whole atmosphere of, for me, dorm life, going out and experience new places, new people, that kind of thing. Because I've known Nashville and Murfreesboro and Knoxville all my life, so I always kind of figured I'd try and get out of the state if I could.
Okay. Now, growing up, were there, what other sports did you play?
Played football and baseball up until middle school. Then in middle school, I swam.
Okay. And how did golf come about?
Golf came about actually, well, I guess I played golf in middle school and everything too. When I was 5 years old, my dad got me my first set, got me plastic clubs, broke them on the first day. So he actually had to go out and buy me actual real clubs, and just kind of been progressing ever since.
Now, do you come from a golfing family? Is it something your father did as well, or
yeah,
just?
My dad, his dad, and all my uncles all play.
Okay.
So.
And when did you really become serious about golf?
Not until about 7th or 8th grade. My dad told me, all right, you got to pick a sport, stick with it, and that's what you're going to do. So.
Okay. And now, were there any other activities that you did as you were growing up?
I attended a lot of camps all throughout, anywhere from end of elementary school all the way through middle of high school, going to global business and entrepreneurship camps, leadership camps all throughout Washington, New York, a couple in North and South Carolina, stuff like that.
So you got to travel a lot, but also you got to experience maybe something that's going to help you further in your career? Or?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, the global business and entrepreneurship, that's always good, because you hear about success stories of all these people. Like I met the guy who started Louis Vuitton, the head director of all that kind of stuff, and it just kind of gives you inspiration, and they tell you like things to do, not to do, and especially with leadership camps, all the qualities there. Especially since I want to be a hospital administrator, I have to be a leader and everything. So, very valuable lessons.
Okay. Now, going back to golf, you say you got competitive later on, and you started going. How did the opportunity to come to Tennessee State and play golf come about?
Well, it started, I guess, junior year. Coach Taylor, he kind of contacted me a couple times here and there. Came and watched me a few times, and was recruited by a couple other places, but decided Tennessee State was probably best for me at the time, and I just decided to stick it out and stay in Nashville.
Now, you had mentioned Chip Taylor was the coach that recruited you, and obviously as a junior you had an opportunity to play for him for 1 year. and then you had an opportunity to play for Chris Seibel, who was here for a year and a half, and he was a former golfer at TSU, and now with Paris McGrath. You know, through the transition, you know, how has this helped you, or you know, what are kind of the tough things about, you know, maybe making coaching changes in that aspect?
Well, it's always difficult to make a coach change, especially because the atmosphere and personality of each coach is a little different, so you have to adjust to that, and they have to kind of get to know their players. Chip was kind of relaxed, kind of laid back. Chris was a lot different since he actually played for TSU and had certain things. He was actually coached by Chip, so he did things that Chip wouldn't do or didn't like. He implemented those kind of things, so it's always a bit different. And Parrish and Chris kind of had the same mentality of the future of the program, so that was an easy transformation there.
Now, talking about Coach Seibel, you know, was it nice to play for somebody who basically walked the same shoes you did, you know, in the sense that he did play golf here at Tennessee State, and now maybe he had an opportunity to kind of give you a little bit of background in that aspect or some experience in that?
Yeah, I think it was fun. We'd have like head-to-head matches every once in a while, so it's always fun to play with you know, somebody who's in the record book here at TSU, and you know, take them straight up and beat them. That's always fun. It's just fun anyways in competition to beat anybody. But yeah, you can definitely learn a lot from him in that sense.
Now, Coach McGrath has been with Coach Seibel, you know, as is an assistant coach, and obviously has made the, you know, has been promoted within and been able to take over the golf programs. You know, what are some of the great things about Coach McGrath, and as well as, you know, how easy was that transformation, just to the fact that he had been here as well during the whole time?
The transformation was rather simple because he knew our goals and plans and everything, so we had it all written out at the beginning of the year and even a little bit after last year. So he knew where we were, our swings and stuff like that, as where if we brought in a brand new coach, they'd have to learn our swings, learn our personality for our game, and this kind of stuff. And McGrath is he's very organized and very goal oriented. He's not just one of those coaches, all right, go out and practice and yada yada yada. You go out and practice, you do this one day, this another day, this another day. And that's what the previous two coaches didn't necessarily do. They said they wanted to do it, but they never actually implemented it. So it's good to have a coach that's finally willing to implement what he says.
Now, speak a little bit about your team. You've got Cameron Cintern, who's a senior, and you know, and obviously the rest of you are pretty young and going to be here for, you know, another year or two.
Yeah.
You know, speak a little bit about this year, and then after losing Cameron next year, you know, with you guys are, you know, what you guys foresee for the future.
Yeah. Well, Cameron is an essential part of our team. He's the captain and also leading in scoring average right now. So he's playing pretty well. We want to do well for him this season, especially try and get him a ring is what we really want. I mean, we all want it for ourselves, but especially for Cameron because we feel like he deserves it very well. But having him gone next year is going to be kind of hard to deal with because I mean he's the only guy still on the team that was there when I came in. Everybody else either graduated or transferred. So filling his shoes is going to be hard. Andrew and I are going to have to step up, and James is really going to be, I think, the key to our future here at TSU.
What do you think is how do you feel the camaraderie of the team is?
You know, we get along pretty well. I mean, we have our ups and our downs. Let me just say the whole sophomore class is just real tight. They're always hanging out and texting and talking and stuff like that. So I think it's real good. Cameron and I and Andrew all have a relationship from watching, I guess, each other grow, and it's been pretty seamless merge between the two classes, or three classes, I guess.
Now, Cody, tell us a little bit about your most memorable moment or favorite moment here at Tennessee State University.
It actually happened this past semester after a tournament up at Tennessee Tech. Or no, not Tennessee Tech, was it? Austin Peay's tournament. And we went out to eat with, you know, Jose, and we had a couple of waitresses that were kind of flirting back and forth with us, and we decided we were going to have a good time with Jose and told him it was his birthday when it really wasn't. So he decided to get back at us by getting one of their numbers for Cameron, and he just, you know, it was hilarious because he saw it coming. All of a sudden he turned and looked and saw the cake was right there, and he's like, oh crap, here we go. So then of course he got us back by getting the number from that girl.
Well, well, Cody, we are definitely proud that you are a part of Tennessee State University, and thank you very much for your time today.